Well, I'm not gonna say I expected this or I was predicting this, but at the same time, it's not too surprising. Wagwan everyone, Sanjay Uchiha here. So, I literally just finished reading the final chapter of Burn the Witch, and I thought I'd come on and give my final thoughts on the four chapter series Bleach expansion by Tite Kubo, as well as cover this article that we have here regarding Burn the Witch and its upcoming future, so to speak. Of course, be sure to subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, your expectations, what you thought of Burn the Witch if you watched it. If you read it. Of course, there is the movie that's coming up next month, if I'm not mistaken, so there's that. So before we get into the article, and I guess you can, breeze through and read, I'll leave the link to it in the description below. My thoughts on Burn the Witch, I liked it. It was, as I said in my first chapter review for Burn the Witch, it was refreshing getting Tite Kubo's art again. And I really love the character design, the world he was actually building out. Of course, it is still within the Bleach world, but just another section of it. But one thing that I mentioned in my review on chapter 2 of the manga was that I just felt that Kubo wasn't going to be able to finish telling the story or conclude it in a way that's satisfactory, in my personal opinion. Or probably not satisfactory, the word. I would have to probably go back to kind of rewatch to see what I said for that video, but that was more or less what I was saying for that. I just didn't think, given where the plot and the narrative was going by the end of chapter 2, that given the fact that he only had 2 other chapters to work with and not all the chapters were 60 pages long, it's literally just the first and last chapter. I just didn't think he would have been able to, finish the story in a very satisfying way for the audience that would say, okay, yo, he did everything he could. Honestly, after reading the 4th and final chapter, it just feels like there's more to be desired. There's more at play here. I feel like I could have gotten more invested in what Kubo was trying to tell with the story, and hence why it brings us to this article, which, as I said, I wasn't predicting it to be the case, but at the same time it's not surprising given how I felt by the end of chapter 2 of the manga. So we have it here, courtesy of Anime News Network, Tite Kubo to draw Burn the Witch Season 2 sequel manga. This year's 41st issue of Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump magazine revealed on Monday that Tite Kubo is drawing a Season 2 sequel for his new Burn the Witch manga. The announcement listed the sequel as coming soon. Sorry guys. The issue also confirmed that the 260-page first compiled book volume will ship on October 2nd, the same day that the event screenings for the manga's theatrical anime open in Japan. The volume will feature exclusive color illustration and bundle a double-sided full-color pin-up poster, as well as the original one-shot for the manga, which I haven't actually read and should probably check that out. The original manga is a 4-chapter short serialization based on the one-shot manga of the same name that first debuted in July 2018. The serialization debuted on August 24, and of course it kind of goes into more details in terms of the background of Burn the Witch, and present mid-length theatrical anime, which will have event for 2 weeks. Okay, cool. So just information on the upcoming movie and just information about the whole story in general for the rest of the article. So yeah, and it's interesting how they phrase it, Season 2 sequel manga. I don't think I've ever heard, I'm not a large manga reader, it's only select series that I read. I don't have a wide pool of manga that I read, but it's still the first I'm hearing anywhere phrase it as Season 2 for your manga. I know from manhwas they do kind of phrase like that, but for traditional Japanese manga, and it kind of makes me wonder, should more series, should more manga adopt this whole format seasons, which is interesting. I guess it's just a glorified phrasing for them just taking a lengthy break to prepare the next section of the story. So yeah, seasonal manga, wild. But yeah, so honestly I'm looking forward to it because After reading chapter 4, I just think there's so much. There's obviously the way it ended. Obviously, Kubo ended it in a way that, yo, there's more to come. And trust me, I just don't think 4 chapters was enough to actually exploit or, bring the series to its full potential. Because even though I thought it was a good read, maybe my feelings will change after I read the anime, after I watch the anime or the movie. But I just feel like it could have been more. I feel like I still needed to get more invested. Like, it was cool, but just didn't live up to its full potential, I feel. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what Kubo is going to, how he's going to expand what he's already built up with these first 4 chapters, essentially. So yeah, and especially since it takes place in the world of Bleach, I think it would be like a wasted opportunity not to eventually do a crossover between the cast and just kind of establish more, um really establish and connect the whole lore and history between the Soul Society and Wingbind, and if there's more to the world in terms of, like, if this is Soul Society's western branch, is there a northern branch, is there a southern branch, how, I mean, how do they like interoperate? Is there like a contact between all these branches? Like, just something. I know some persons would love to see Grimjaw probably interact with these characters here or something. But yeah, I just think even something like that would be like expected, or something I would personally want to see. And I guess by the time next year rolls around, where we know we have the Thousand Year Blood War arc anime edition. So I think with all things said and done, the stage is set for Tite Kubo to make a triumphant or glorified return to form, because honestly, I think the stage is set for him to actually start pumping out like fresh new content and really breathe new life into the Bleach universe, and this is what's happening. So yeah, but all in all, I thought it was a nice short serialization. Looking forward to the sequel. Hopefully it's longer this time. Granted, I'm not expecting Kubo to do like a I'm not expecting him to do like a weekly series, but I'm just hoping the sequel is longer than 4 chapters. I mean, Bleach is forever his masterclass work, so he can do it at his own convenience, essentially, in terms of expanding the world with Burn the Witch. And I'm just hoping all the elements are expanded upon in like a very, in a way that gets me much more invested than how I was in these first 4 chapters, where they were good, but I just feel like I could have gotten more invested. So yeah, so hopefully we get to see a crossover between the cast and just the lore and everything that's established gets linked up together. But keeping my fingers crossed for for the Bleach universe. So yeah, and I hope it doesn't get too corporate, which is a discussion for another video. But anyway, Sanjay Uchiha here, people. Be sure to subscribe. Let me know what you thought about Burn the Witch and your expectations for the coming expansion of the Bleach universe. We're almost at 1,000, so subscribe. Yeah. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. So I'll see you guys in the next one.